Welcome everyone. Today we'll have a special Genshin Impact tier list video and also prediction video. In this video, we'll have a look at some of the characters that can be really good in patch 3.0. And we'll also predict some of the effects of the Dendro characters that may be coming with 3.0. So that's right, this video is basically us planning and also investing ahead for the characters that may be working tech to Concentration 6, and also for the 5-star characters that have a great synergy and maybe less chance of replacement when we come to the Dendro characters. So I'll go through a very detailed tier list from the Chinese side, and also I have made my own tier list, so we'll go through those together in this video. Now today's video is sponsored by Merc Arena, a free-to-play third-person Merc shooter. Merc Arena is a great team-oriented PvP game, with tons of battle mercs to pick from. Its short and also action-packed games are filled with strategies and also explosions. There are tons of customizations with the battle mercs, with skins to express a player's unique personality, and also tons of guns, equipment for a variety of playing style. Now Merc Arena has just launched its pilot feature, which has added a ton of new strategies and also tactics to the game. Each palace have fully customized skills, so there's a lot of fun to play around with discovering different builds and also different ways to use them. On top of that, Merc Arena is adding another pilot and also a brand new Merc to the game this month, so there's even more to come. Now Merc Arena is completely free to play on Android and also iOS. So if you guys haven't tried the game yet, make sure to download using the links below. And make sure to use this QR code right over here to get the Steel Reaper skin along with 500 A coins and also 70,000 credits. Now because we want to talk about the Dendro characters that will be coming after the cousin, so one thing to notice is that very likely patch 3.0 will come after the cousin. And what we want to think about is what are the 4-star characters and what are the 5-star characters that can really make use of it when a new patch comes. Sometimes with the developers and also marketing scheme, when a new patch comes, character that was previously good needs to be replaced. Otherwise, how are they going to get you to spend for new characters, right? So we have to consider the replacement on 5-star characters. And also, there could be some 4-star characters that can be amazing with Concentration 6. Because those characters is doable, free to play or low spending, you can get them to higher constellations. So let's start with the speculation of what Dendro characters can do. For me and personally, looking at Baiju and also looking at Dendro characters, I do believe they either have a damage over time, so they will deal poison or maybe dots over time, and this can stack up, and this may be able to go through some monsters mechanics. Monsters might have like a Zonly shield, and you might be countering the Zonly shield with bleed. So this could be one effect for the Dendro characters. And on the other side, because you know how shield are getting kind of destroyed by the bleeding, so maybe there's a healing over time to counter the bleeding, and this can really work well with Dendro characters. Of course, there will be Dendro characters that lowers the enemy's resistance, very similar to Anemo or maybe other characters, maybe physical defense or magical defense or the Dendro defense. I'm wondering if the Dendro character will have this one. This one is a very big one. So usually the 3 classes that have this one are those 3, as you guys know. So the Cryo plus Pyro, so the Melt, Vaporize, and also basically Pyro is the best one between the two, because Pyro goes with Cryo for Melt, and also Pyro goes with Hydro for Vaporize. I wonder if we can fit the Dendro characters in this, and this can dramatically change the DPS characters and how you want to synergize them. So currently the three synergies that can go with is the 1.5 times damage and also the 2 times damage. And this is one of the reasons why after we're going to the tier list, the Pyro characters are so welcome for the damage and also debuff. After that, there could be some shockwave effect, some rooting effect, and some area of effect. So those are just my speculations, but this will help us to predict very soon on those characters who will be very useful for patch 3.0. Now my next part is, what can some of the characters do with a certain element? What I can think of is, you can be burning with Dendro plus Pyro, because come on, we burn on grass all the time, right? Maybe with Hydro you get a super heal or heal over time, and that can be powerful. Or maybe an overheal that you get a shield. As for Electro, very likely we get something like Paralyze or something that that shocks enemies. But Geo might be a super shield that stops bleeding, because Zonly and also bleeding just doesn't go well, right? For Anemo, I'm thinking of something fancy, maybe movement speed, or maybe you can be able to fly like Shell, like jump really high. So something catchy with Anemo and Dendro could be nice. Finally, for Cryo, I can't really think of much. Maybe Frostbite. So maybe it's a special thing that reduces your physical defense as you interact with Dendro plus Cryo. So those are my personal guesses, and we kind of use this as a little hint as we go through for the next part. Now coming over to a tier list made by the Chinese player Uni Sensei. He has been making tier lists for a while, and this one is not the most updated. This is from the Shenhe and also Eugene banner. So this one does not have Yamiko in it at the moment. So what he does really details is he will talk about the character's roles. So this is the main DPS, sub DPS, and also support. And those are Chinese, so I want to translate for you guys. Obviously, he's saying the tier 1 characters are the best, obviously he's saying tier 0 characters are the best, tier 1s are really good, and tier 2s are like, they have been falling off the meta. Right away you can see old characters like the Luke, even Zhongli, they have been falling off the Chinese meta because the developers have made new characters to counter them to make you spin for the newer characters like Ayaka, Raiden Shogun, and with characters like Kazuha. So we're still waiting for Kazuha rerun though. You can have a general look at this, and I do believe he also have the bar over here. So notice one thing you want to highlight is, it's really nice of him to show that there's a 2 and a 1. So what that means is, if you want this character to be a main DPS, the 2 means she has to be concentration 2. Compared to that, Ganyu and also Ayaka can be concentration 0 to be the top tier DPS in China. And similarly, to have Bennett as a top tier support, he just have to be concentration 1. I don't recommend going for concentration 6 for him. So if you guys do want to have a look, I will post the Reddit link and also the link. So what you want to understand is, to translate, this is the main DPS, sub DPS, and also support. And those roles are also assigned by constellations. Now coming over to my own tier list. So this is my preference. What I want to show you guys is basically the first bar of characters will be the 4-star characters I think will be great to take to concentration 6. Except Bennett. You want to keep Bennett concentration 5. The second bar of characters are the characters that you can stay on 0 constellation for 5-star, and they are not very easily replaced. And finally, the next bar of characters are the characters that can be useful and can be pretty nice, and if you have them, maybe they will work well with the Dendro characters, because they can be supporting like Yumiya, they can be doing damage like Xiao, or maybe a universal damage support like Mona, because she will increase the damage taken by all enemies. Now with my own personal tier list, I do think the first line of 4-star characters, if you get any of those characters to 4-star, the top 5 are top tier supporting characters. If you get any 5 of them to concentration 6 and get them to 4-star. And with Naguan, she is still a budget 4-star DPS for the Geo characters. Yes, you can go with Ito, but in case you don't have Ito guys, the 4-star of my choice for damage on Geo is still Naguan. On the second part are characters who are currently in the meta. So most of them are DPS except Venti and also Zhongli. As you can see, the 3 Archons will stay in the game because they're the most selling banners, and as we go further into the game, each of the Archons of each city will be the top 5 stars for that element. And they have to be right, otherwise players won't be happy. Remember the Zhongli incident where we got multiple Zhongli buffs. So coming over to his tier list, you can see Vendi, you can see Xiao, you can see Child, and over here you can see the Quail characters. The reason that top DPS are Quail and also Pile is because of this. It's because of the ×2 melt and also the ×2 melt and also vaporize effect with Hydro, Quail, and also Pile. Now coming over to my tier list on the final characters, I do think those characters still have merits. Personally, I will go with Ayaka, Mona first. After that, I think, because I already have 2, if you already have the 2 Quail characters, I think Shenhe is just a support for the Quail characters. Ideally, you can just go with a Pyro support and deal tremendous melt damage. So, not sure about Shenhe though, maybe I'll take her back. As for Mona, she works on almost any team. Give the team a boost of damage, have a taunt, she is really great. I'm not very experienced with Yumiya because I don't have her, and also I didn't plan to go with Yamiko. So as for those 2 characters, I've heard they do great things. So that's why you can see Yumiya is on tier 1. I do believe Yamiko is also on tier 1 at the moment in China. And finally, as for Xiao, as our super hyper demon DPS, Xiao actually becomes a different character when you get him to concentration 6. So initially Xiao will do normal attack. When you get him to concentration 6, he will do charge attack. But it's not really like, it's not really a big... See, notice here the tier 1 Xiao is concentration 0. They don't even have Xiao on concentration 6 because he's like a different tier of character. It's like tier 00. So Xiao is something to behold. And I just want to add one more, because if you do have Ito, you don't have to build Negron for the Geo DPS. So those will be my 15 characters to look for patch 3.0, because as we said earlier, likely we want one element at least invested in a 4-star or a 5-star. So this way we can benefit from any of the effects with the Dendro characters, because they can have some really good effects. And we do want to consider Constellation 6 though. So that's why my supporting characters for 4 stars are focused on Constellation 6. Now before we finish the video, I'm sure you guys have noticed I have been paying more attention on Lost Ark and compared to Genshin Impact, because I was a little burned out with Genshin Impact and I was a little lost in terms of direction. I do plan to make more Genshin Impact videos, especially when the new patch comes, new zone with cousin and also new character comes, especially the Dendro element. And my biggest expectation and biggest hope is to dive into Genshin Impact again when patch 3.0 comes. So that's why I'm preparing videos and guides and also tips on those parts. So I'm looking forward for the new patches. And currently I think the patch is quite stale. I don't think Yamiko will change the meta that much. And we're currently just waiting for a new patch and a new zone to explore for me. So I just want to let you guys know what's happening with me, and that's why I'm not posting as many Genshin Impact videos. And I'm also super addicted to Lost Ark, so I've been making a lot of videos and my voice is dying. So thank you again for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time on more Genshin Impact videos about patch 3.0 with Dendro.